minute. Now we're there.
Now we're bare.
Apparently I've got...
Yeah.
Starting early. Wait, why is Rain's camera not showing up there? Hold on.
That's a really good question. Stupid.
It's just not there.
That's weird. You want me to leave and come back?
No, hold on. I can just swap from studio mode and it'll show up, but I don't know why. It's doing that same bug it did before. Whatever. We'll just make it work. It's one of those things that's like, let me swap back to studio mode and see if it does it again. Yeah, you just disappear every time. What the heck? I don't know. Whatever. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's very special episode of Roll Call. This is our first Roll Call one-shot.
Yeah.
We're doing Honey Heist. I hope you guys like the music. I'm pretty proud of the choice. It's got like a jazzy feel to it for now. But yeah, this is gonna be our very first one shot. And now Ty's left. Everybody keeps leaving me today.
Bye,
it hurts.
Ty.
All around me,
It hurts.
familiar faces, worn out places.
So for
Womp womp.
anybody, I assume Ty's already read the sheet. For anybody who doesn't know, Honey Heist Honey Heist is a game where all of our characters are bears. Not just any bears, but they're criminal bears. So if you guys like bears or criminals, this is the stream for you right now.
I hate both.
Yeah. But I have set up
They both scare me.
a small adventure for them, and they are going to try and heist some honey. So before we get started in any of that, does anybody have any questions about like how it works? I figure we'll go ahead and roll characters and get started.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, but before that, does anybody have any like pertinent questions?
How you doing, man?
I'm like kind of
Yeah.
intentionally being in the dark about how all this is gonna play out, so
Okay.
I can be surprised.
I have no clue how this is gonna play out. I have
Yeah,
the least amount of
truly.
prep out of everybody.
And-
I was
and
like, yesterday
have
you're
no-
like, yesterday Mason's like, hey, want to play in the Honey Heist? I'm like, sure, why not?
Yeah,
Sounds like fun.
He said it exactly that way too. He was really excited.
I was like,
Sure. I have literally nothing else to do.
no, I have no life.
So, first, we're gonna have everybody roll characters. So, we're gonna start with you, Ty.
Ooh, that's
First.
already too much pressure.
So first, go ahead and roll a d6 for your descriptor and then your type of bear.
All right. Roll a d6, you said?
Yep.
All right. A 6.
So you got incompetent again.
Again, not even just once, but you got it before, and you're like, I don't want this. Well,
Too bad.
Roll again,
Wheelp.
and this will determine what type of bear you are.
1.
You are a incompetent grizzly,
okay.
and let's see what your roll is. One more d6 will determine what your
Get a 1. Get a 1.
what your roll on the
A
team.
1.
Did you get a 1?
Nice.
I rolled a 1.
Then you are
That's
the
perfect.
muscle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually that works perfectly.
Perfect,
Honestly.
yeah. That's like a
Yes.
trope.
If you were
just-
the brains,
Yes, perfect.
If you were the brains and you were incompetent, like, ooh.
Right.
If anybody happens to not be pleased, I will let you re-roll tonight because that's what kind of night this
Oh
is.
my gosh, we are blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. So, with that we now have a incompetent grizzly muscle. So make sure you mark that down in case I forget. Now, Rain, go ahead and roll for your bear stuff.
Rookie.
D6.
I did.
Oh, what did you say?
It's
You
a
got?
1. Rookie.
Oh, rookie. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, it won't let me type into this. This is dumb. Why are you like?
You might have to open it up in Adobe. If you just have it up, like open in your browser, it's not gonna let you.
Pro. It's an
Oh,
Acrobat.
then I don't know.
I don't know either.
It won't let me do that either.
Yeah,
That's
it's weird,
not good.
right? Okay, well, whatever. Mason, you get okay, whatever. Do I have paper?
Do you need me to roll for you?
No, I can roll. I'm trying to write it down.
Open
won't go into
open
the sheet.
notepad.
Notepad's crap.
What is this? 1998?
I like paper.
An arbitrary.
Fuck
So
up.
instead of doing the thing
like
you
paper.
have.
I like paper. Leave me alone. Okay. It makes more sense to me. I'm old. Okay,
you're
I'm
right,
old.
you're right.
It
Yeah,
is
you're right,
1998.
Yes.
I'm 14. I get to play Final Fantasy Tactics for the first time and get to
Yeah.
rediscover that game. So yeah, I wish it was 1998.
I feel like this is a whole thing now.
So for Bear type is yes. I'm the honey fucking badger.
Ooh, a
Oh,
rookie,
you lucky son of a
Yes.
bitch.
a
I was
rookie
looking at
honey
that.
badger.
You.
Rookie. Yes.
And you got
And then the last one is driver.
the rookie honey badger
Okay.
driver. All right. Be thinking of names, by the way. We'll come back around for that. So, Hunter, go ahead and roll for your bear.
I got 1.
Okay.
So rookie. Oh God.
Roll
we're
again.
really
Roll again.
inexperienced.
I want to
Okay,
get one.
okay.
Let's go a
I
different.
got a 2. I
Okay.
washed up.
Washed up.
There you go. There's the experience.
I thought I was rolling for my bear, not for me in real life. I got polar bear,
Okay, washed up polar bear.
which is fair because he swims, so he's gonna be very plentifully washed.
ha, ha.
Oh, God. And a 1 muscle.
We'll roll again. We got to get something
Okay.
different. So, yeah.
3 driver.
Roll again.
1 muscle. 2
Okay.
brains.
Brains.
Okay, we got all 2s for me.
So we got muscle, brains, and driver. Okay, so we've got the incompetent grizzly muscle. What is your name?
Vinny B.
Vinny B. Very good.
That's a good name.
It's a
That
very
is a
good
good
name. A very good name.
Thank you.
I'm
proud of it.
I'm actually really excited.
I'm proud
It's
of you
so
that you're
fast to
proud of
come up
it.
with names. It takes me
Right?
forever.
Like I'm just like
Damn it.
name.
All right, so the grizzly muscle named Vinny B. All right, Rain, what did you come up with a name for your bear? Or you need a
I have
second?
no idea. I have no idea. I'm terrible with names. It takes me forever to come up
Chat,
with
do you
a
have any
name.
good bear names for,
Yeah,
for
chat.
Rain?
Help me out.
For
I will take
what-
literally the first thing that gets posted in the chat. Honestly, it's a race now.
Ooh.
It's a
No,
race
I
now.
wanna come
Yeah.
up with yours.
Snuggle McFluffins.
Oh,
So I saw-
yeah.
He's a rookie
Excellent.
named Snuggle McFluffins.
That's my girl.
All right,
Perfect. Thank you.
Snuggle McFluffin.
Snuggle McFluffins.
I like the other
badger.
ones though. Henry and Toby. They're like so
Henry,
tame. I
just-
love that.
You know.
I love it.
All right. So Hunter, did you come up with a name?
Osborne Frostpaws.
All right, Osborne. That sounds like a washed up name. That's a good choice.
Yeah, a brainy name that's like you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very brainy.
I'm really excited already about tonight. Osborne. What was the last name?
Frostpaws.
All right.
Frostpaws.
I'm keeping track of this in case we decide to play a sequel one day.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, very good. Well, then I'm going to introduce you guys to the story. It should come as no surprise that this is also set in the same game world and may have repercussions on your campaigns in the future.
So we should look for some adventurers that look like our characters and kill them.
You never know. So, all right, let me turn. Actually, I'm going to turn down the music just a wee bit. All right. So, 15 years before the adventures of our current heroes, 4 criminals had the unfortunate luck of running into a certain powerful wizard named I'm a Bear, who had a penchant for turning people into bears. These criminals, now in bear form, wander the land, lonely and afraid. But then one day, brought together perhaps by fate, these bear criminals resumed their lives of crime in their new bearish forms. However, as time wore on, the battle to retain their humanity grew more and more difficult. One of their own even went feral after going too bear, and ever since they've had to keep a vigilant watch on their humanity. However, as they were indeed now bears, there were certain bearish desires they strove to fill, and they found that money could not fill them. Our bear duels heard a tale of a legendary...
No. Please tell me you wrote this.
I did.
I was like, it's pre-written. That's fine, whatever. It's how it's written.
Bear duels.
Bear
Oh,
duels.
I hate you so much.
This is great. I'm gonna love this. Love fun.
Inversely, I've never loved you more.
Oh man.
Heard a tale of a legendary store of honey from a passing bear, or passer bear, as they want. Anyways, the true gold honey. Just the name was enough. They began to plot just how they would make this honey their own, which is how we find ourselves where we are today. On the outskirts of Aldua, a veritable Eden amongst the seemingly endlessly flowered fields of the Calden Plains, our bears sit beside one of the few trees that dot the landscape. The many everbloom flowers across the plains have begun to shed their fall colors and take on their winter pallet. Outside the city walls, children laugh and play as the first snow flurries of the season begin to fill the air. Today marks the first day of a month-long Winter's Eve celebration. So for you players, you see all are merry and generous. There are the smell of many delicious dishes in the air, and yes, even honey begins to waft to your noses. So we find you guys outside the city walls. What are you guys doing?
Right.
So many options.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to process everything that's happening here. Well, perhaps we should talk about the heist.
Shh, keep your mouth. We don't want people hearing this heist we're doing, okay?
Well, if
It's on the
people
heist.
hear us, we can just be
we're
like,
50 yards away from anything that might even hear us. What are you
And-
worried
I'm just saying.
and if there's
All right.
someone who
We
hears
wrestle
us, they'll
bear.
just be like,
Bear.
rah, 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 rah.
about? We're a bunch
Rah,
of scary
rah.
bears standing around. If anything, they're gonna.
No
come and
one's
shoot
going
us
to
with
fuck
arrows.
with
I
us.
don't know. I don't know. You never know who you can trust around these parts.
It's true.
Well, we will speak a little quieter then.
What?
We will speak a little quieter then. We need to get our hands on this golden honey.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
It's probably really tasty.
I bet it's
really-
the tastiest.
I've never had it before, but I'm sure it's very good.
Yeah, Rainier, a tiny bit quiet.
I can't be louder.
Then Hunter
Well, if
gets
he's
quiet.
louder, people will hear him.
I think
Like
Hunter,
my
Might
shit
be-
is maxed.
might be
yeah.
Hunter that's loud.
Is it?
Hunter
it?
is very loud to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I'll
agree.
turn my gain down.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean I could turn my gain up, but this is like this. I haven't changed
How is
anything. from
this?
Streaming or
Is
anything
this
like that.
a butter?
A little
Oh
bit.
yeah, that's much better.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's much
Okay.
better. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Perfect.
There we go. Leveled out.
Well, I think at step one we got to figure out where they're keeping this stuff, huh?
Yeah. We
I mean,
we have
you
a.
can smell it. You can smell it in the air. You can smell it in the air.
Yes,
Do
it makes me mouth
I know where it could be. Possibly. Like, did we hear any whispers of where this this honey could be?
All you know is when you passed a bear in the woods, a
Mhm.
regular bear, doesn't appear to have been a
Okay.
human before, just a regular bear. He told a story of the true gold honey of Aldua that was passed down. It's a tale that's passed down for bear generations. And all he knows is that it was in Aldua,
It's
but he
there.
said no bear has ever even gotten over the walls.
Aldua. Hmm.
Sure.
I say we head there as fast as we can.
You guys
Yes.
are on the outskirts of the city. It's within eyeshot.
Oh, we're already there.
And we can see the.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, from far, you're kind of like, think of yourselves as just on a very slightly raised, smooth hill underneath a little pretty tree. The hills around you are just covered in all sorts of different flowers. And the first bit of snowfall is coming through the air right now. You see in the distance, there is the actual city itself. It has a pretty high wall. But the gates are currently open as you see carts going in and out, taking various baked goods and people in, and you see children playing outside the walls.
Now, how about we go at night when it's quieter? How does that sound?
Yeah, but, I mean,
Or we could wait till winter when my fur matches and I could just walk right in. They wouldn't see me at all.
I don't know. I have a
and
hibernation.
then you get in there. Then you get in there and you get all the honey. How's that going to help any of
Yeah.
us? Use your head brains.
Well,
I
yeah.
can share it later. I'm sure there'll be some left over once I'm done eating.
Look, I have a
right
hibernation.
before you go into
schedule.
hibernation. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second.
Nope. I don't buy it.
Okay. Well, I'm hungry now. I'm sure you are as well. So waiting for winter is a bit much.
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting excited. I can barely contain myself.
If you badger me with all them bear
Oh.
puns this entire game, I swear to God.
Yes. Oh fuck.
I, look. I've seen him. I still remember, and I've seen him driving these carts in and out. First of all, yeah, I know how to drive one of these things, and I look like a human. I think.
Okay, I was
sometimes,
gonna say you do not look like a cart.
I'm gonna have to agree with him that your ability to look like a cart is a bit lacking.
We
But
could
maybe you guys are
stop
big,
this
but
cart.
you stop a cart. We
Yes.
throw you in the back. I ride on in. We take some flowers. We go see it all up, and we say we're some kind of florist.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
We could
What
even
kind of
dress
flowers are we
someone
gonna
up.
get? Honestly, I like the lilianthus. I'm a big fan of daisies. Sunflowers this time of year though are in bloom. I'm sure they look amazing.
You know what? Here's the thing. You can be our florist. How about you go and pick all the flowers?
Every good town needs a florist.
Yes.
Lots of flowers. Just go and pick lots of flowers. Take
Lots
as
of
much
flowers.
time
Take
as you need. Please. Just really as much time as you can possibly use. Please, and go and pick some flowers.
Like right now?
Yeah,
Right
that
now
would
would
Like
be
this
perfect.
That would
second.
be excellent.
Because
That
I
would
saw some on the way over here and
You
they
know what?
look
Yes, you can
amazing.
go over
I
to
saw you
them.
eyeing those flowers. I'm sure you had plans for them.
If you want sunflowers, that's great. If you
Yeah.
want lilithinias or whatever you said, that's fine too.
I respect your attempt to pronounce the flowers, but I ask you to not disrespect them like that again.
You know, hey, it's your world. It's
Thank
your
you.
world. I'm just living in it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah, go over there.
Don't do anything crazy without me. All right.
Would never.
Scrawny.
We
never.
wouldn't plan on it.
Scrawny couple of whatever you call it. I'm going. I'm gonna go pick some flowers.
Mason,
Yes.
can I take the time to count the frequency of carts that have been traveling into the city, just to kind of see how often they come in and out?
Roll me a criminal check.
D6 or D20?
D6.
Okay.
Everything from now on is a D6.
Is D6. I figured it
except
was a
for
D6
hats.
system.
Except for hats.
4.
4. So actually, so the way the system works for everybody who doesn't know, you start out with 3 points in bear and 3 points in criminal. If you reach 6 in either one, something bad will happen. If you reach 6 points in bear, you go feral. If you reach 6 points in criminal, you basically become like a crazy mastermind and try to stop your party. And so neither way is super good. So
I don't like that.
you just failed a criminal roll. So
fuck?
So what is going to happen now is you actually, let's pull up I'll read it to you from the character sheet.
So
It's like
punishing.
a swing, right? You swing the points back and forth or something?
So sort of. So let's see. When you act and the outcome is in doubt, roll a d6. Blah blah blah. If you're using a bear special killer, does something on blah 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 blah. Okay. So just so, because I don't know if you guys read this, so you have 2 stats. Each starts with 3 points. Bear, used to maul stuff, run, climb, shrug off damage, scare people, and generally do bear stuff. This is literally what it says. Criminal, used to do anything not directly related to being a bear. So
The majority of stuff.
yeah. Actions, when you act and the outcome is in doubt, roll a d6. If it is equal to or under the relevant stat, in which case you rolled a 4, which is higher than 3. If it's under, you succeed. If it's over the stat, you fail. If you're using your bear special skills or doing something related to your roll 2d6 and pick the lowest.
Can I do that because it's intelligence mastermind thing?
Yes, for this,
Okay.
this I would say it does fall under that, so you can get advantage on it.
2.
2, so you do succeed. So to be
Thank
clear,
you.
if you do fail, when the plan fails and you run into difficulty, move 1 point from criminal into bear. Greed, when the plan goes off without a hitch, move 1 point from bear into criminal. So it's kind of a balance.
Oh, okay.
So right now, you succeeded. So basically, it seems like at this point, I mean, it's about a little past midday, and the carts seem to be coming pretty regularly. It seems like this winter's fest, this winter festival they're gonna have is gonna be pretty big. There seem to be carts coming. Sometimes they travel in like multiples, but at least every 15 minutes you see a cart coming or going. It seems like.
Okay.
Sometimes there's small caravans of carts. You don't know if it's families or what, but seems like every 15 minutes there's at least one cart.
Perfect. Thank you. How long does it take for him to pick the flowers?
I would say a That's
I'm
a
a very
little
good
bit
flower
longer.
picker.
It's a real good flower picker.
I'm pretty efficient.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this is not a super difficult thing, so you're not gonna roll for it. What sort of flowers are you looking for? You are literally out of all the places in all of Ascendia, this place has the most flowers of anywhere.
Perfect. Awesome.
Oh,
So
God.
you can literally walk for days and run into there's so many different types of flowers. The main flower here is the Everbloom, and it stays bloomed all year round and changes in color as the seasons go. And it is unique and only grows in this area, which you guys would remember from your criminal days. But I digress. I digest. So
I digest.
You were looking for a specific type of flower? Or you just
I was just looking for whatever was available.
Oh, then
I'm a fan. I'm a connoisseur of a multitude of types of floral growth.
I see.
Everbloom, though, for its ability to bloom year-round, is my main focus at this time.
That makes
So
sense.
I gather many bushels, as we call in the business, of Everbloom, Everbloom flowers.
So as soon as he turns around, he's like, "Oh, look, there's some flowers right there." And so he's just immediately just taking his claws and he's just gathering all the flowers. So you rather quickly deduce what you need to about the carts. And basically, as soon as you figure that out, he's back with a bushel of flowers for each of you.
Thank you. This is perfect.
Aren't they beautiful?
I don't remember what we were going to use them for, though.
All right, so we're gonna go to one of them cots, and we're gonna just murder everybody inside of it first, and
That's
then
one idea.
that's the best idea, because then there's no survivors that is gonna go in there and tell the gods or whoever that we're coming. We're gonna kill all the people in the cot, women, children, especially, and then we're gonna load it up with the flowers. You guys hang out in the back. You hide behind the bushels. Where did you get a barrel? That's what I'm curious about. A whole bushel. Then we're gonna march our way right on in there. It's gonna be great.
Right. So then where's the part where we sell the flowers to the village people? Because they're really pretty, and I'd hate to see them go to waste. Now that they're picked, they're gonna die. I
think
forget
we're all getting a little distracted here from what we actually want to achieve. Possibly, we could pretend like one of us is dying on the ground in the middle, getting the cart to stop, which is when we ambush them.
And murder them. Yes.
We could maybe get away with not murdering them, but
your usage of the word murder is concerning to me. You've used it
we
many
cure
times, but I
them
agree.
of life.
Okay, I like that.
That's
See,
fine, yes.
That's a very floral-esque way of wording murder. I'm a
We're
fan.
just gonna trim some buds from the
But
planet.
exactly. Like, I didn't murder these flowers. I repurposed their life to go towards something greater, and that's what we're doing here.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
God.
So let's make our way up the road and stop one of these cots and nip some buds in the bud.
Perfect.
Operation Nip the Bud. Let's do it.
Operation Bud Nipper.
All right.
So what up?
Just to inject a little more reference for you guys. So especially having been humans, you can still mostly understand common languages for the most part. Sometimes things are a bit fuzzy, you don't understand super well. As a bear, speaking human language though, not your forte. You can try, and it kind of comes out like if you say, it'll be like, it kind of comes out garbled. But if you get really lucky, you might be able to get it to pass for human speech. So that just depends on who you're talking to and what you're saying. So just throwing that out there. So you guys approach the road, the flowers kind of like just covering you up, your little bear ears, except for the badger. Bear ears just kind of poking out the top of the flowers there, almost perfectly camouflaged. A cart begins approaching. On the front of it is a covered wagon, and on the front of it you do see kind of like what looks to be a smaller boy, and he's like, "All right, Marv, I think we're almost there. I can see it ahead."
While he's distracted looking back, I'm gonna run off to the middle of the road. I'm gonna have a single flower in my hand, but I'm gonna run off to the middle of the road and like stand in front of the cart. Like fall down in front of the cart with like the flower kind of holding it like just to really sell it, really bring it home.
Roll me a criminal check for that because you were playing pretend.
5.
No. As you go, you're like, the boy starts to look back and you trip and fall in the middle of the road and let out like a, and he goes, Mama, there's a bear. As he
didn't work. I'd like to attack.
I turn around. Original plan.
Oh,
I
so
would like to attack the boy.
Who's attacking what?
I'm attacking little boy.
Oh God!
All right, so I need you to roll me a bear check.
I'm so sad, chat. Do I get the 2d6? Because mine is carnage. My honey badger skill is carnage.
I think technically you do. Yeah, I think you get advantage.
Yeah, that's
on that.
awesome.
Yeah.
I got a 3 and a 2.
Okay,
God.
yeah. So you, those are both below your or meets it beats it. Yeah, you're good. So at this point, you guys see. No. Sorry.
I'm so sorry, chat.
At this point,
I'm so sorry.
At this point, Vinny and Osborne, you see as Snuggle McFluffins darts out.
Jesus, I forgot that was his name.
Darts out from amidst the flowers, and like an acrobat, just manages to climb up the side of the cart. And the kid's like, "Oh no, a small bear!" And he begins to try and run as you go and swipe at him and like claw him in the butt. And he's like, "Ow! Run, Mama! They're attacking!" And as he begins to,
Run, Mama.
Run, Mama.
He immediately jumps off the cart with like a cartoonish like square flap of like his pants hanging off, as he runs back the direction away from town. His mother shortly in tow behind, leaving the horse kind of like stopping in the middle of the road with the cart.
Oh, wonderfully done! Good show.
That worked pleasantly.
That's gonna be a problem. That kid's gonna be a problem. Can I chase him? Can I get him? Can I chase him?
Are you asking me?
I'm talking to Potty. That's why I'm in character with the voice.
Well, I feel like the longer that we wait here, the farther he's gonna get away. So
yeah, go get him. You better.
Go get him, he says.
Go get him.
If it's not worth the travel for, just leave it. It's but if you really want to, I'm not gonna hold you back.
They might alert. They might alert the rest of the town.
If you want it.
Stick to the plan.
All right.
Stick to the plan.
So,
Ozzy, I trust you. You've done this before. Yeah, you got my. Okay. It's fine. I'm telling you right now, it's fine.
I'm gonna check what's in the back of the cart.
and so, just so you're aware, Osborne, you do take 1 point out of criminal and put it into bear now.
Okay, so it's on the bear side.
And if you guys ever want, there are ways for you to recover outside of your actions. So I don't know if you read the 1-page sheet, which is really short, but yeah, if you want to move a point from bear back into criminal, you guys do a flashback scene talking about a previous heist you've pulled, or some other time you've been planning or done something together, usually related to a heist. The other option to move a point from criminal into bear is you guys have to find and eat some honey.
Okay.
So that's how you kind of keep it. That's how you kind of keep it level. All right. So you currently
Makes
have.
sense.
Yeah. You currently have 2 points in criminal. You got 4 points in bear. Okay. So you guys now have the cart.
I got a flip flop, I believe. Right?
What do you mean?
Because I succeeded with my bear thing. So
I wouldn't call that going off without a hitch, though. So it's when you are frustrated or when like it goes off without a hitch. So I think in this point you're still gonna stay even at this point.
Oh, so you'll let me know when to move.
I'll let you know. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So you guys now have a cart with a covered wagon with a single horse.
Yes. What's inside of the cart? Clothing, maybe?
It appears, as you look in the back here, it appears as though perhaps this mother and child may have worked for a haberdashery, as it appears to be full of hats.
Haberdashery.
They appear to have been going to sell hats at the festival. So, would each of you roll me a d8 to see what sort of hat you get?
I'm very excited.
This is like...
Because as everybody knows, the only thing that separates bears and humans is the ability to wear hats.
Right?
Headwear.
Right.
Yes.
Headwear, yeah.
Right, so
Bears don't wear hats.
So
I got a 2.
So
I also got a 2.
So
I can re-roll if you want.
it's up to you guys. So what did you get, Rain?
Trilby.
Yeah, so you have a trilby, and then the other two of you have a top hat. If one of you wants to re-roll, you can re-roll.
I kind of want a top.
I shall re-roll.
I mean, I feel like it matches my character.
You go ahead and re-roll there.
I got a 6.
Okay, now you have a fez.
Yes, I do.
Seems
yes,
to
I
fit.
do. I'm the big guy with the little hat. It's a trope.
That's great. Yeah,
isn't there,
it
isn't there
literally
a
is
bear
trope.
that wears a fez?
A
in,
grizzly
like,
bear that
a
wears a
cartoon?
fez. Yeah.
What
Really?
cartoon
Is
is
this like a thing?
It is. It legitimately
that?
is a
I swear to God,
thing.
there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it in my mind's eye.
I can too. I can't search it up right now because yeah. So
So
you said I have 2 points in bear and 1 point in criminal?
no. Do you have a total of 6 at all times? So you have 4 points in bear, 2 points in criminal.
Oh, okay.
So you guys find these hats. You think they look great. They probably make you look a little more like human. There's also like a blanket in there, but otherwise it appears that there's not much else other than hats in this blanket.
I'm gonna take the blanket
Okay.
and I'm gonna get up to the front with the horse.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put the blanket kind of like around me, like kind of like a cloak.
Okay.
So it's like still gonna have the hat on, so that's gonna go way above. Or even better, I'm gonna take off the hat, put the cloak around, and then put the hat back on top of the cloak.
Makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very stylish over there.
Very stylish.
Pinnacle of class.
All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the rest of the hats out and sling my flowers into the bag.
Okay.
Good thinking. Good thinking.
They needed
Can't
a
be
place for
selling
it to
both
be.
hats and flowers, can we?
That would be suspicious.
That
Who
would
sells
be-
hats and flowers?
That would
They
be
do
ridiculous.
something. It would absolutely be
Exactly.
crazy.
Exactly.
All right.
So when I put on the trilby, does my neck beard grow longer?
Roll for neckbeard now.
Make him roll for a neck beard. Please.
Let's see. Rolled 3. Roll for neck beard.
I would say that probably not in this instance, but you do get like you do just get like a little bit of hair growing like almost like at the back of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure.
Just because you got hair everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, his
You
fur.
feel the power of the hat though.
Absolutely. Do I get any kind of like mall ninja anime blade?
Yes.
Teleports behind you.
Nothing personnel. Kid.
Nani? Okay,
I
I'm done.
still
I'm done.
We all-
We all need to chill. So I will take the reins and
Hey,
kinda like
hey,
whip
hey,
'em.
hey.
well, you guys are in the
Hey,
back, right?
What do you think you're doing? What do you think? You're
We're taking it into the city, of course.
doing? Hey, get in the back. I'm operating.
Okay.
Right.
I'll get out and roll into the back.
And give me that blanket.
Watch
what are
the
you thinking?
flowers.
Yeah, watch the flowers. What are you
Okay.
thinking?
I'm like trying to like
Flowers.
tiptoe through a huge bear, and I'll give you the blanket, like put it around you.
Okay.
Like I wrap myself in this
Yeah.
blanket, which
I forgot
ha-
driver
have
was
a
a
little hat.
thing.
All right.
My bad.
you're good. You're good.
So now,
Not like you have the brains or anything.
Yeah, I know, right?
you go ahead and roll to see if you can keep a nice calm pace with the horses.
Sure.
as you're
Oh
not-
God.
That is a 4.
And this will be a criminal roll with advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage.
Oh, right.
'Cause you're-
yeah. 1.
Yes,
Yes.
nice.
You guys see as Snuggle slips up to the front, and pulls the blanket around, and just gives a little chick, and the horses clip clop as you guys make your way towards the city of Aldua. All right, seems to be going smoothly so far. As you guys approach closer and closer, you do see standing at the gate there are a few guards. They seem to be kind of like waving people in and kind of inspecting things, just taking a quick look as they go. But they don't. It is a festival day, so they don't appear to be hassling anybody too much.
I'm gonna take some flowers and like start to like put them on top of God, I forgot your name. I know Snuggle, but it's
Vinny. The
Vinny.
name's Vinny.
Vinny. I'm gonna put
Vinny
some
B.
on top of Vinny just so like it kind of covers him, and then I'm gonna like kind of like bury myself in the flowers a little bit too.
I will admit this is a fantasy I've had.
All right.
I don't want to ask about what kind of fantasy, but
Hey, keep it down back
keep
there.
it
We're
down.
coming up on the gates.
Sorry,
What are you-
sorry.
What are you trying to do? Idiots. I swear to God, I'm surrounded by idiots.
All right. So,
My first damn job. I'm gonna get caught by murdered by gods. Well, I'm probably gonna murder them. I'll bite the balls off.
so you guys
it's for the
you
PS
guys
sword.
stop. You're stopped by guards. They kind of like whoa, and get in front of the horses for a second. Says, what are you bringing in today, sir?
Oh.
We got all kinds of flowers. We got just shitloads of flowers back there.
Roll me a criminal check to see if you can
Make it the words of that.
Yeah.
3.
They're
3.
like, did he say flower? I can't. All right, come on. He kind of begins waving you through.
Yes.
As you kind of like,
It worked.
as you kind of clip-clop through.
Of course it worked.
As you kind of walk by, that was an odd sort of hobbit, don't you think? I've never seen a halfling look quite so fuzzy. As you guys make your way in, you see all around you, there are people kind of out. I mean, it's a festival. There's people dancing. There's people selling things. It appears to be a very, like, there's people. It's for your reference, it's a lot like Christmas. There's a lot of colors. There's a lot of like joy, like songs and dancing and merrymaking.
Is this not lovely? Oh, I'm so jealous. They look like they're having so much fun.
But they will not be getting any honey.
It's true.
We have to stay focused on the mission ahead.
You're right.
Yeah, where are you guys going? You've kind of pulled up through the gate.
Can I like try to smell for some honey in the air?
Just follow your nose.
Roll me for bear.
Yeah, bear.
Just starts floating like in a cartoon and just pulling him along.
God, I'm rolling terribly. 6.
Yeah. You sniff the air, but there's a lot of smells. You're not able to pick out the honey. And yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
So I go 1 tick down or up? Because I'm at 4 bear. I don't know if that goes to 5 or if that goes to 3.
It'd probably be. How frustrated are you?
I mean, just smelling for honey.
I'll just say you weren't successful. I don't think this was too frustrating at this point.
Okay.
So you stay at 4 and 2 at the moment.
Okay.
Can we see,
Any ideas back there, Ozzy?
I'm thinking. Give me some time.
So damn distracting them. They're just moving all over the place. I just want to chase after them.
I thought that I could smell some honey, of course, but the smell of these flowers are a little bit overpowering at the moment.
Watch your mouth. Okay.
It smells wonderful. You picked the best smelling flowers of the bunch.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can I keep a lookout for any bees? I don't know.
Hey, look at all these little they got these tents. You think there's a honey tent? You think there's a honey tent? Just chock full of honey and people. We just
feel like, if anything, there's a honey vault with
a honey vat.
Gallons upon gallons of honey.
Yes.
It will be ours. Don't worry, we'll get it.
I'm just trying.
Can we see, like, is there something like a discernible city?
Any signs or anything?
Main building, some sort of centralized.
Yeah. So as you guys kind of look around, I mean, this city it's not huge by any means. It just appears to be one that is rather. I mean, the flowers they have growing around it are decorated and shown everywhere. They're all on the towers. They're on the buildings. What you see ahead of you, you do see lots of tents and shops and stalls. Kind of towards the center of town, there's a bigger celebration going on. And as you guys kind of draw closer, you see like another bear. He's like he's dancing and doing tricks in the middle there. You get the sense that maybe if anybody would know where there's going to be honey, he might have been here long enough to know.
Yeah.
And we should go ask that guy.
He probably knows, if anything. If you could find a nice place to park the cart.
Even if he even remembers how to be a bear, yeah, fine. I pull the cart somewhere not terribly inconspicuous.
Okay.
Just out of the way, but not giving a shit about like, I'm not stabling this horse, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you managed to find it's kind of a less busy area where there's a few tents that look like they've not even been fully erected at this point. It's the first day of the season. So you managed to pull over there and kind of stop the cart. You look around. There doesn't appear to be anybody watching super closely right now.
How are we gonna?
Okay.
How
I'm
are we gonna
gonna-
get over there
yes.
without being seen? How are we gonna?
Just follow my lead, and I'm gonna try like tiptoe sneaking.
Okay.
Can I try and imitate?
Walk this way.
I'm gonna try and imitate the movements. I guess you said they were dancing. This other bear.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna try and imitate to like shimmy my way, boogie my way over there, as if I'm part of
Slide
the
to the left.
performance.
Slides.
All right.
Follow my lead.
So the two of you, I need you to roll me a criminal check as you are trying to blend in as bears with just hats on.
4.
Okay. Well, that's all you needed.
2.
Oh, okay.
2. Okay. So yeah, you guys seemingly like as you kind of like Vinny, as you kind of like twirl around, people are like, oh, look at that, it's another performing bear, and they just somehow seem to miss you, Osborne, as you kind of like sneak behind a tent there out of the cart. They don't seem to notice Snuggle at this moment, as he has got a decent disguise on. Could be anything from far away. Who knows?
Just a fuzzy small human.
Yep.
Walking on all fours.
And because you succeeded there, you will move 1 point from criminal into bear.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bear into
Cr-
criminal.
yeah,
You're
I was
into
gonna say.
criminal,
Bear
right?
into
Because there's a
criminal.
criminal check.
Yep.
So I do the same. I do the same, right?
3-3. I'm gonna try and get close enough to this bear, like just behind it, I guess, out of sight, and like, psst, excuse me, good sir.
You guys
You
kind
have a
of
moment.
you guys kind of like approach the stage on which he's performing from behind. Nobody appears to have noticed you yet, but you don't have as good cover here. So as he's kind of on stage, you see him kind of like balancing on a ball. He's like, what? Oh. He's kind of he seems to have heard you, but he can't seem to locate you as you were directly behind him, kind of peeking out from the curtain there.
If he can't hear us, or he can't see us, I'm gonna be like, I like turn to like my 2 associates and say, this could work out in our advantage. One moment, and I'll like look to him again and be like, it's the bear god, and we need you to answer these questions 3.
But I've been praying for you to set me free for weeks, and I'm still stuck performing.
We heard your answer, your prayers, but we need answers now, and you will get to walk free by the end of the day.
Roll me a criminal check.
Can I roll it with advantage for mastermind?
I will allow it. Yeah.
Okay. A 2 and a 4.
2 and 4. Yep. So he's like, but then why am I still moving? I can't stop.
Just act normal.
I can't. I'm being controlled like a puppet.
Just act like a puppet.
Okay, I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
First question.
This poor man.
Yeah, I know, right? Where is the honey in this city?
But God, wouldn't you already know that?
It was like fucking Joe.
This is a
like
test for
testing
you.
Yeah.
If you answer them correctly, then you get to go free at the end of the day.
Oh, okay. Well, there's like honey like in all the like every other tent. There's lots of honey. There's lots and lots of honey.
We want that the honey, the special honey.
Good, thank you. Now the next question. Where is the special golden honey?
You see him like he's still like performing. I think I've heard somebody mention the honey. Do you think maybe if I answered this question I could go free now instead of at the end of the day?
Yeah. It's fine.
Depending on how good you answer.
The test is on a curve, kid. Like, come on, work with me here.
Oh, okay.
Partial credit gets partial solutions. All right.
That is a bear angel speaking right now.
Nah, this is the bear devil. By the way, which one's pulling the strings? Who's pulling the strings, kid? Huh?
Oh, it was the man in the purple cloak. He was backstage somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. You
might want to pay him a visit.
Ozzy. How about you and Vinny here? You take care of this. I'm gonna go see about that, huh?
I'll like tap my snout.
I'm gonna slink off backstage.
Back to that second question, the golden special honey.
I heard somebody say it's in the big tower with the moat around it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And of course, as promised, you will be freed very, very shortly. Just be ready for it.
Thank you,
God,
Bear God.
Bear God always delivers. Maybe.
That's the house sigil. Bear God
always delivers. And a guy shrugging.
Yeah, with a bear shrugging like,
amen.
Amen.
So in the
bear
meantime,
sometimes pays debts, all right?
If he gets around to it. It depends on how busy his day is.
I mean, like, it's winter time. I could be hibernating.
Oh.
You know.
What do you want from me? What do you want?
Yeah,
from
what do you
me?
want? We're all a little busy.
I mean,
We're doing our
climate
best.
change. Climate change is destroying my habitat. You asking me for favors.
Tell
I'm
me
trying the
about it.
best I can out here.
Tell me about it.
Oh, fuck.
oh man, oh yeah, I do want that as a T-shirt, like a bear
Oh
shrugging.
my god, yes.
Just said the house
Bear God
sigil.
always delivers in a bear shrugging.
I do what I can.
I do what I can.
I'm trying my best. Yeah,
Oh,
but like
God.
with that ribbon. And like
Yeah,
gold.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a fancy ribbon.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, Snuggle McFluffins, you have snuck
Yes.
backstage. As you kind of look around, it's not too hard to find him. There's a guy standing there rather conspicuously. He's kind of watching off from the side, as he appears to be very focused on the bear that's on stage right now. On his waist, you see a bag of coin, rather full, seemingly from people who have been throwing money up at the bear all day. He's just kind of standing there with arms crossed right now.
Just watching the bear.
Yeah, he seems to be. You get the sense based on what the bear, the performing bear, he's being magically controlled somehow.
Oh, shit.
I just want to can I? Okay, I'm still wearing the hat and the cloak and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Damn it. I would like to try and just creep up behind him and bite him as hard as I can in the ankle.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for bear.
Roll for bear.
Roll for bear.
We'll call that
Oh.
carnage too, and we'll give you advantage.
Oh man, it's so hard thinking of like stuff to do. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I'm just-
limiting in a good way. Like you're like, oh, I can't do that because then I'll get caught, and then
I'm just trying to be the most honey badger that I can be.
oh yeah, the fact that you
that's
got
not bad.
carnage is great.
3 and a 6. 3 and a 6.
Okay. The 3 gets you where you need to be.
Yeah.
So as you kind of like sneak up with your cloak, like sneak up behind him,
Mhm.
you just kind of lean down and bite the shit out of his ankle, and he's like, "Ah!" As he kind of like jumps and like, and you see like he like is blinking and looking around trying to find you, but as he looks down, then he sees you and he's like, huh, what are you? And he starts to go to kick at you. Roll me another bear to see if you can avoid the
4.
4. Yeah, unfortunately he gets a kickoff on you. But at this point you do hear up on stage like a I'm free, as then the bear
I'm gonna say your bear god commands you to attack the people, cause a stir.
and as you say that he turns to his right and goes down to see where his master previously had been, and he just immediately jumps on him. You see him just begin tearing into him, and
Oh,
like,
I jump in.
he
Yeah,
can't-
let's go.
You're like enjoying
God.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I say
Yeah.
maybe that was a rash decision.
But yeah, as he's done this, you see him like he's tearing into him, and then he grabs him and he throws him off into a tent somewhere. So at this point, he kind of looks into the crowd and he just goes, he begins roaring. And
get him.
he
Yeah,
kind
get
of
him.
runs into the crowd. He doesn't seem to be attacking him. He just seems to be scaring him, trying to find his way out
Sure.
of the city at this point. Leaving you on the ground. Your hat got knocked off, but you seem to be okay otherwise. You do feel a little like you got like the air kicked out of you, but you're okay.
Hey, are
We
you
should
okay?
We should head out of here while everybody is dealing with this. We were told that the tower, or a tower, is where we need to go.
Yeah. Maybe we can just watch for just a little longer. Just a little longer. Just come on. Let's just watch him get in there and.
We should use the distraction. We got time. We can go.
Hey, you're right.
Plus, honey.
You got this crazy look in your eye. You sure you're okay?
Honey. I'm sorry.
Repeat,
Yeah.
take a deep breath and think to yourself,
Together.
honey.
I just get overwhelmed.
Honey.
Okay, I get a little overwhelmed. I can't smell the blood, and it's
Perfectly fine.
Imagine the smell of.
I'll
of
pat him on the top of the head.
it feels real nice. Thank you. That feels real,
It feels real
nice. Ah.
So, at this point, there are people like, "There's a bear loose!" And then you hear the guards, "Bears, where?" And they begin kind of like scampering, looking around. You see come kind of in the distance. They haven't noticed you guys yet, but there are guards.
This is our time to hide.
It's the buzz. We gotta cheese it.
Yeah, and we'll start getting away from all this. Is there a
Yes.
tower that we can see in the distance anywhere?
Roll me a criminal check.
4.
Was that a success or a failure? It's based
I
on
have to-
what is your criminal score at right now?
Oh, it's at 3.
Then that's a failure.
Mm,
Yeah, you go to look
that's
around.
what it's based off of.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're gonna go ahead and move a point then
Yes,
from
to
criminal
bear.
to bear. At this point, you're like, damn it. You're looking
Okay.
around, but with the commotion and the tents and
Yeah.
things near you, you're just not seeing this tower that you're looking for.
I can't find the blasted tower.
Did you look up into the sky?
Well, I looked up, but I don't think it's going to be floating in the sky.
Look, hey, I don't know. I've never been here. Just saying.
Maybe we go back to the cot and we take the flowers and we like.
Ooh.
maybe
Let's
we
go
sell-
back to the cot.
We sell we try to sell the flowers or something, or I don't know. I don't know.
Or we could deliver the flowers to this tower and say
Oh,
it's
yes.
perfect for
I
pollination.
like that. I
Exactly.
like that.
Look.
I like that. That's what humans use flowers for. Is pollination.
Right?
It's
And
for
decoration.
their beehives. For the beehives. For the
Maybe this
honey,
tower needs a
sweet,
little
sweet
bit of.
honey.
Yeah, maybe the tower needs a little sprucing up.
Little,
Maybe
little,
it's a little,
yes.
Yeah,
Didn't he
little-
say the? I didn't hear that part. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? We're playing Honey Heist. Didn't he say that there was a moat or something? It sounds real sad. Maybe they
Oh,
could
yeah.
use some decoration. Yeah, you're
Definitely,
right.
Cheer it up a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Melancholy affair. Let's go to the cart. To the
Let
cart.
me get
To the
inside.
cart.
Kill them all and eat the honey. Yeah, to the cart. To the cart.
What was that last little bit there? I feel
You
like.
said
Don't
eat
worry
the
about it.
honey.
Don't worry about it. Eat the honey. Yeah, that's
Eat
what
the
I said.
honey. That's what it said.
All right.
That's what I said.
It's like,
Okay.
okay.
You guys make your way back to the cart. It seems to have been unmolested while you were gone. What are you guys doing?
You guys get in the back again.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Climb
in
in
the
the back.
back.
You guys climb in the back. The flower's still there. Seems like you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's keep going until we find this tower, huh?
Yeah, follow that road. Just follow it. Maybe we can. I don't know. Ask
You
for
want to come up here and drive? You
just-
follow the
hey.
road? What did you think I was gonna do? Drive through the house?
Look.
It's made
Well,
out
I
of
hope-
it's made out of bricks. I
I
can't.
hope
drive
you
through
were not planning on doing that, because that would
That's true.
absolutely
Drive
not
up the
work.
road. Drive up the road. Why don't you stop and smell the flowers before I make you push up some daisies, huh?
I will,
First
and I'll
of
start
all,
smelling some flowers.
My prowess in growing daisies is very good. Thank you for recognizing that. So, thank you. Now, do your little thing with the horse and make it move.
Yeah, thing with the
Yeah.
horse.
All right. So you managed
I
to get
begrudgingly, yeah.
you managed to get the horse moving again. As you kind of make your way through the town, there was a
It's
little
a
bit
really docile horse, considering there's just bears all around.
Yeah, it's a chill horse.
of you rolled
Power
you
of
rolled
the
good first
flowers.
time.
Flower power.
So, as you make your way through the town, there was a bit of bear panic going on as people were running around. They seem to have settled down now. You hear a few people like, "Oh, I think he's left the city. I think we're okay." Another couple. There's a couple of guards walking. He's like, "Oh, so I'm telling you, bears, that's a bad omen. Winter comes a little early this year. The bears, more bad omens. Bad things are afoot." And he's like, oh, just go on with your whatever. And he just kind of, you just hear all these random conversations you guys drive through the town.
Couple of racists in here.
Looks like we caused a bit of pandemonium.
None of you are pandas. None of you can make that joke. That's racist.
That's racist.
All right.
Hey, you watch your mouth, all right? Just because there's no pandas around here doesn't mean you can just make panda jokes left and right, okay?
I was just using the word.
No. You don't get to, okay? You don't get to choose when to use that word.
Hey, eyes on the road. Eyes on the road.
My eyes are on the road. You can't even see my eyes. You're in the back of the car. Mind your own business. I'm trying to talk to the racists back here. Chill out.
But yeah, as you guys make your way around, like there are a few tall buildings. If there's a tower, it seems to be blocked by some of the other buildings. Like, perhaps if you keep driving a little longer, it's difficult to tell. But at the moment, you don't see it. So, are you still just looking for the tower? Or are you doing anything else?
Yeah, I mean, hey guys, we've been riding around this town. It ain't even that big. I don't see any kind of tower. You see some kind of tower from back there?
Well, perhaps we should ask someone.
Yeah.
Perhaps another bear if we run into one. That worked really well last time.
Well, yeah, I don't know how many bear performers they have. I mean, they said they seemed to be pretty surprised when they saw us. Oh, look, another one. So maybe there are other ones, maybe they're not. But okay, last time I was able to ask the gods, and they were like, I got by. Clearly, I'm the best at this. So how about we just, I'll just pull over.
Try it again.
And I'll talk to a god and say, hey, we got a delivery for the tower with the moat, and can you point us in the right direction? We're from out of town or whatever, right? Yeah.
That sounds more than acceptable. How could it go wrong?
It couldn't possibly.
Impossible.
Airtight.
Absolutely impossible.
I write off on this plan.
I agree.
So the next guard that I see, I'd like to pull up next to and ask them. Well, I'll ask them when I pull up.
He kind of sees you pull over. He says, "Is there a problem, citizen? Can I help you?"
Yeah, we got this shitload of flowers back here. We're supposed to deliver to the tower with the moat around it, and like for the life of me, I just can't find it.
You roll me a criminal check.
Yeah. That is a 6.
He says, "Can you understand what he's saying? I can't. Is everything okay with you? So what? Are you a furbolg? I can't tell." He says, "Wait a second." You see him back up a few steps. Phil, there's a bear! He kind of.
Can I jump out of the back? And so my thing.
I'm not a fucking bear. I'm a fucking honey badger.
I'm gonna jump out of the back.
Me too.
And my thing is terrify. I'm just gonna try and just shout at this guy.
All right, roll for bear with advantage, and you do get 1 point from criminal into bear for your frustration there.
Yep, sure.
So yeah, go ahead and roll for terrify with advantage. As Vinny B hops out of the back, his giant grizzly form kind of hulking.
5
with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go kind of like.
I rolled a 6 and a 5, right? And then I choose the lower one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what is your current bear score?
My current bear score is 2.
Okay. You kind of hop out and you go, like as you apparently haven't drank any water in a while. Your throat kind of catches, and he goes, "I think we can take him. That one's sick." He kind of points at you.
That's what you got? That's all you got? That's all you got, Vinny. Oh my god.
Best out here. I'm putting out my best performance.
For that frustration, you will put 1 point from criminal into bear, so you're 3 and 3 there.
I'm going to get out and pretend to do like a dance and like kind of like nudge Vinny and Snuggle to like join along and like.
All right.
Pretend it's a show kind of thing.
So I'm gonna take the average of y'all's scores. So everybody roll a criminal check for this one.
Okay. Advantage for mastermind? No. Okay. You never know until you
I'll
pass.
give you advantage on that one.
Okay.
But yeah. So you got 3.
Fuck.
1. So we got 1 success. What is your bear score, Rain?
4.
So 2 successes, and what did you get?
I got a 5. And my bear score is 4.
Okay. Thankfully, your friends, like, you're kind of like,
I'm
like
bad
stumbling
at this,
around, and as the guards come up, like, with their spears drawn, they're like, "Oh, It's just some of the performing bears. I was so concerned for a moment. And as they're kind of talking and laughing to each other, like kind of like holding each other on the shoulder, like just laughing at how stupid they were, giving you guys a moment to slip away into one of the alleys, where there's nobody watching, and they're like, "What? Where did they go? Silly bears!"
We just got, but they're performing bears, so it's free. They're free to roam.
That's okay.
Silly bears.
Fine.
Well, I never want to do that again. I don't feel I'm qualified for it.
I don't know. I say your dancing skills are pretty
Koalas
good.
are marsupials. You take that back.
I think you're mishearing what I'm saying. It's fine.
Yeah, you guys get the sense that due to the festivities, a lot of guards might be a little inebriated. So
now we got no flowers. Now we got no cot.
Great.
Because you had to jump out. And what was that? What was that? A coughing fit?
I don't look. I got asthma. Okay, is that
You're
okay
a
with you?
florist and you got
I have
asthma?
allergies. There's pollen in those flowers.
You're a florist. How does that even work? How did you get into that field? What kind of
I
criminal
like
were you?
flowers, so sue me.
I think that would be very difficult to sue a bear.
Yes.
I don't think there's a bear legal system, to be honest.
I got
We
your
could
bear legal
start
system
one.
right here.
Why don't we start a bear legal system after all this?
You wanna pull off the most successful bear heist in bear heist history, and then go and open up a bear court of law and
A law
practice
firm.
law?
Yeah.
But if we
Law
start up
for
the bear
bears.
court of law, we get to decide what the rules are.
We can't be
Oh my God.
prosecuted if we
We
don't
could
pass the
never
law.
be prosecuted.
We could never be prosecuted because we're the prosecutors.
Prosecutors.
Attacking non-bears is perfectly legal.
Yes.
Stealing
Genius.
honey is legal as well.
Yes.
Completely
It's mandatory.
How could it not
It is mandatory. I like that. That is a step up.
we could have a honey heist draft, and all the bears have to do at least one honey heist for the government, and
Ooh.
that way, that's how they pay back to society.
We take a
Us,
cut
with
of
the
that
government.
honey.
We take a cut. Yeah, it's called taxes.
Then we never have to work a day in our lives.
never
We
have
get
to do
all
anything.
the honey.
We'll just live off the other bears.
Why didn't we think of this sooner?
Well, we'll tell them it's in their best interest.
Oh,
We'll
it's
say-
in their best interest.
we'll
Of course
say,
it is. They
we're
get
gonna
some
take
honey
all
out
the
of
honey
it.
you give, and we're gonna redistribute it to everyone. But really, we're just gonna take it to ourselves.
We
and
make the plans.
Guys,
make
They
the
do the
plans.
risk.
do the work.
airtight. Airtight.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
Let's
we
put
should
a
have
pin
done
in
this
that-
before.
Let's put a pin in that one and figure out how we're gonna finish up this.
as you guys
Yes. First things first.
step into this alleyway, you look behind you, and it's relatively empty, other than a few like carts that appear to have, like you see a few doors. You assume that these are back entrances, either to different workshops or something. And as you look, there appear to be different carts. They kind of have like covers pulled over them as they've been stored for the night or for the day, or maybe they've just not been put out. You don't know. You're bears. So at this point, you guys kind of look past these carts, and at the other end of the alley, you think you see what might be the tower.
Ooh.
It's definitely the tallest building you've seen so far. It's difficult to tell because you're still a little far away, but you can see it in the distance.
Did anybody get a little bit hungrier?
Mouth is watering right now.
You're like vibrating.
Let's get to the thing. Let's get to the thing. Let's get to the thing.
Let's get us some honey.
No. Hold on. No. This is something that I did notice. Okay.
Okay.
When I was wearing the thing, it made us look like they thought I was a person in the honey badges. So maybe
Well,
we
you
should-
look like a person. You did a wonderful job.
So maybe it'd be easier. We were all dressed up.
We get disguise.
Yes.
Disguises. That's the word. Disguise.
I like that.
Maybe there is a clothing shop that we might pass on the way there. And if not,
Absolutely.
we could always kill some people and take their clothing.
Now, see, that's the kind of plan I'm into. That's the kind of planning that I like.
Sounds a little
But
messy.
but we don't want to do that right away because we might be covered in blood if we do. But if
True.
it comes to it, then we must do it for the honey.
For the honey.
For the honey.
Yes. The honey that we will use as the foundation of our system of government.
Perfect.
We will eat some. We will eat a lot.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
But I mean, that goes without saying, really.
Yeah.
yeah. So what's the? I mean, can you do you know the difference between like a clothes store and any kind of other store, like They could have a scissors store or a fucking newspaper store or a dirt store. I don't know.
A dirt.
Can I look out for a clothing store?
Sure. Roll me a criminal check. See if you
Okay.
can locate a clothing store.
Can I look too?
6. I need to get what my thing is right. I do not have 6.
Yeah. If you had a 6, then you would have been.
I would be a criminal mastermind at
yeah.
that point.
You don't currently see one, but yeah. So if you would like to roll as well,
Roll
Vinny.
5.
Okay. Okay.
Which would
You guys aren't seeing any clothes nearby. There's the covers on the carts. Like, you don't know what's in there. There might be. You could maybe cut those up into something, but you're not seeing any clothing stores anywhere nearby.
Okay.
because I failed that criminal check.
Yes.
I move one into bear. Or move one
In this instance, I would say you both.
in this sense.
Yeah.
You both move one into bear.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for any people wearing, like, cloaks or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or
Of similar
even-
size as we.
even better if we pass any tents along the way or like any loose cloth or anything like that.
I'm gonna keep my eyes out for kids.
For
They're
kids.
smaller and
Okay.
easy to take out.
Okay.
Is there a
I'm a
family?
honey badger. Honey badgers are like slightly bigger, like the size of a pretty big dog.
Do you see any like families that might generally match our three sizes nearby?
I mean, as you kind of like edged near closer to the direction of the tower, it opens up into another semi-busy fairway of people just walking back and forth. There are a number of people out there. They don't appear. I mean, they don't appear to have noticed you hiding in the shadows like bears do. But
We should find some obese orphans.
Maybe that's where all the honey was going. If we find the orphans, we find the honey.
Kill the all.
Kill the orphans for the honey.
Yeah, screw all this clothing store. Let's find an orphanage.
at this point, as you guys are saying this, kind of looking out, one of the doors opens behind you, like, and as you like turn and look back, you see a small girl carrying like a little stuffed animal by its arm, dragging it along the ground. She kind of is rubbing her eyes as if she's just woken up from a nap. She looks at you guys, she says, "Puppies!" And she goes and runs up, and she tries to give you guys a hug.
I'll let her
How
give me a
sweet
hug.
she is. So kind.
Hey, can I try and like did she leave the door open?
At the moment, yeah, she just kind of walked
Sneak
out.
in, yes.
Can I try and sneak in? Thank you. Yeah. Can I try and sneak in?
Sure. I mean, you can, while she's sitting there
Yeah.
hugging the two
Fawning
bigger
over
bears,
you.
kind of like
I'll
one
give
arm
you-
around each.
I'll give you the paws up and be like, we'll distract her. And I'll kind of like roll over on my stomach and like
I'm just hugging her like in pure bliss. Like, oh, she's so cute. Look at her. Ozzy, look at her. Oh,
I'm looking at her. Yes.
Meanwhile, Snug McFluffins, you do manage to sneak around the back for inside of this house. It's kind of difficult to. It's a little dark in here, but as you kind of look around, you're like, oh, okay. This appears to be just somebody's home.
Sure.
At least from back here, it's all you can tell.
I'm gonna look for human clothes.
Okay.
Human music.
As you kind of like, you find another door and you kind of like grab it with your body and like do one of these numbers to rotate it. And you get the door to open, and kind of at the front, like there's a small shop. The shop appears to be selling some sort of baked goods, but you don't see anything there. There was a staircase at the back of the shop. Perhaps their living quarters are upstairs, but it's difficult to tell from here.
Okay.
Baked goods.
Baked goods.
They might have honey curlers.
Yeah. Do I smell honey in this place?
Oh yeah, here it's really easy.
Sure.
There's some sort of honey, definitely.
Boy. Yeah. I mean, he's a bit of a junkie. I'm gonna abandon the clothes thing for a second and try and find honey in here.
Okay. Roll me a bear check.
I'm gonna go feral real quick.
Yeah.
2
2
out of 4.
Oh, then you're good. Yeah, you kind of like poke around. You do see, kind of like walking around in front of the counter. There is a large man, Like you can just see his like kind of hat bobbing, and then you kind of see parts of his body, and he appears to be like, "Oh yes, hear me. Here's a cruller," and he likes handing out different things. Of course, that's 5 silver, and he's taking things like money from different people. But quickly you kind of look behind the counter, and you do find like you kind of like open a little
What was that noise again?
Like, yeah, that's the sound of claws opening things. That's what dogs do. You know what I'm talking about. So you manage to pull open a cabinet, and you do find like a Winnie the Pooh style jar of honey.
I mean, we gotta snatch it.
Okay.
We gotta snatch it.
You kind of grab it and like, begin waddling out with it. You do manage to grab it.
Okay. God, I need to roll like a. Let me hold on. I'm gonna do a thing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm totally keeping it to myself, and I'm gonna get back into the middle, and I'm just gonna start like shoveling honey into my face.
Okay.
Can I see if I can smell that? It's now from outside.
Roll me a bear. Yeah, roll me a bear check.
Is that the smell of betrayal?
It may well be.
A 2.
Okay.
And my bear is a 4.
Is that you moving a point by the way of criminal into bear?
I mean, yeah, it should be.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You said you would tell me, so.
Well, I'm just. It depends because it's also a greedy thing to do.
Oh
so
yeah,
that moves one into.
thing.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean, that was a very bear thing, but it's also very criminal. But I don't know. You tell me.
Well, you can basically, if you are too criminal, you can eat it to become more bear to remind you, or
right.
if you're treating it as a greed thing, we'll call that you move one from bear to criminal.
I would much rather that.
Just in this particular instance, yeah. But if you
sure.
Just because your motive was not sharing with your friends. So what did you get there?
Me?
Yes, Vinny. What?
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, you can smell as like you're like hugging this little girl, like yeah. And you suddenly smell baked goods and honey coming from inside this shop door.
Osborne, do you smell that? There's honey nearby.
You go in. I'll take care of the little girl.
I'm gonna go investigate.
I'm gonna like get up, go up to the little girl, and like kind of like get the back of her clothing, like kind of like lift it up as best as I can.
Excuse
and,
me?
like no, God, trying to put her on my back, okay? Like you know how like in cartoons where it's like they pick her and
yeah,
you know what I mean?
So you kind of like grab her by like she's like
yeah, the scruff of the neck kind of thing.
Burying the lead there. I just want to lift her clothes up.
I just want to
put her on my back.
I just want to lift up the little girl's clothes. You know what's so wrong with that?
I don't see the.
Yeah, so you do manage to pick the little girl up by like the scruff of her neck.
Yeah.
Or by the little like kind of like clothing style like cartoon. Yeah, you managed to pick her up.
Put her on my back and start like walking around in circles.
Okay.
Like giving her a little ride.
Okay.
Come on, get your fucking head out of the gutter.
This is why we need a bail legal system.
Yes, because this
is a case study.
How old is she?
A case study.
This will be the bond necessities.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult to tell you've been a bear so long.
Yeah.
She's you think anywhere from 2 to 8. You're not sure.
I was gonna say if she's like
that's a what?
19, then she'd be barely legal.
You guys have been.
Damn it!
So, you, Vinny B.
That's the name of a law firm.
Barely legal.
Yes.
This is perfect.
I love this. This is so good.
Vinny B. You smell the honey and baked goods, and you like your nose like on cartoon style like lifts you off your feet and begins dragging you inside. The smell. Inside, you see like just the back of Snuggle McFluffin's like just immediately you just hear the sound of he appears to be scarfing down.
McFluffins, what are you doing?
What are you talking about? You guys can still hear me now, right?
You were supposed to be looking for clothes, and you found. You're just a little quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have my fan on, and it makes this really loud.
Oh, there we go. You sound good now.
Yeah.
You were supposed to be finding clothes for us, and you got some honey, and look what you did.
No,
you're not even sharing
there
it.
There was no supposed. You started playing around with that little girl, and I came inside. Nobody said, "Hey, go inside and find some clothes for the kid." I just decided to act of my own accord while you were dicking around outside with some human kid. I found some honey. I had to make sure because there could be something there's a bakery there. There could be something in the air that was poisonous or something that was in the honey.
And you were testing the honey.
Of course, I'm gonna test the honey. Who wouldn't test the honey? You gotta test the honey. Everybody knows you test the honey. Everybody knows you test the honey.
Hey, that's a great idea. Thank you for doing that. Honestly, that's really generous of you. I appreciate it. You feel okay,
you
right?
Have some honey. Yeah, it's great. It's excellent honey. You can have a little bit. There's still a little bit left.
Ooh.
I'm gonna run up these little steps here, and I'm gonna try and find some clothes. That was a great idea. How coming up with that idea to find some clothes inside of here? Who would have thought of that? I wouldn't have thought of that. You thought of that. You're something else. Okay.
Okay.
You know, I really like you. I really like you, McFluffins. You're really kind. You didn't even have to say those nice words, and yet you did. So thank you. I appreciate it.
I surely did. You're right. I said words to you. Yeah, something like that. All right. Yep.
All right.
Eat some honey, bud.
Yes. And I'm just gonna go on it. I'm just gonna start scarfing honey.
Roll me a criminal check as you are a large grizzly bear.
Yes, I am.
Coming from the back of this shop. Meanwhile, Snuggle McFluffins, as you make your way up the stairs, it does appear to be that these are where the living quarters are. You look around, there do appear to be some clothes, various sizes. The big man seems to have some bigger stuff that isn't quite bear-sized, but you can maybe squeeze into for the larger folks. The child has some things that look like they may fit you.
I definitely want to put some clothes on myself first, and then I'm doing the voice. And then just kind of grab whatever else I can.
And you ask me why I wonder which, if you're asking
I
me.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped and switched out of the voice. Because I realized I was.
Sometimes you forget it. It happens.
It's true. Yeah. So yeah, but first I'm gonna doll myself up, and then I'm just gonna grab whatever. I'm not gonna pay attention to what it is or whether it's like the right size or anything. I'm just gonna grab whatever human clothes are not like me sized or that I dress in to take out to them.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to grab. So you're just getting your clothes. You're not getting any for them.
I'm getting dressed in clothes for me.
Okay, and then grab
some clothes for them. Yeah.
Yeah, you managed to quickly grab some. Just kind of grab a few things that look like they'll fit, and you take them downstairs. Yeah. At this point, so what did you get in your criminal check?
A 6.
Yeah, you just like as you kind of like push the door, slams open as you kind of like the baker is like
it like falls off the hinges, like it's just completely broken.
The baker like kind of looks by like, Jenny, are you doing something? And then all of a sudden, like you're like just grabbing honey pots and just shoveling things, and you just
now
like things.
There's honey pots everywhere.
Yeah,
it's
not just one anymore; it's everywhere.
He doesn't know if they're honey pots. He's just grabbing things as they crash to the ground. A lot of them appear to be filled with like flour and sugar until finally one of them crashes and is filled with honeys. You kind of start lapping it off the floor, and the baker comes behind. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing? What? Guards, there's a bear!"
I'm the health inspector. Checking the food, making sure this is up to code.
He's left the restaurant. All the people are like, it's a bear. They go running out and they seem to be calling the guards.
I can see this happening, right?
You can hear it happening.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna come closer to the door while this is happening.
Okay.
Perhaps we should leave this quickly.
And
just
at
a
this
couple
point,
more bites, couple more potfuls of honey.
At this point, coming down the stairs.
Where did you get honey?
Coming down the stairs, Snuggle McFluffins has appeared to have acquired some clothes, and he kind of like throws them on the ground in front of you guys.
Am I in like a pretty pink dress?
It's not like a bright pink. It's like kind of a very light.
Is there
like
a tuxedo?
No, there's not a tuxedo.
There's not. Yeah.
Bakers are not peasants, but
you never know.
There are some hefty like dark green trousers, and then just like a couple tan shirt, and there's one shirt that is like it looks like it's a button up of some sort. As you guys kind of go through the small pile of clothes.
I'll quickly grab a pair of pants and the button up shirt, and then like kind of mouth. We need to get out of here.
Were you still holding the girl in your mouth?
No, she's not in my mouth. She's on my back.
Well, then what'd you have in your mouth? What'd you have in your mouth?
The clothes. I picked up the clothes in my mouth.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yep. So you all have clothes. You
We're not.
You the
Yeah,
polar
we're gonna
bear.
leave.
You the polar bear. You have like a longer button-up shirt, like it's long sleeves, but it's got buttons or some sort of buttons or fasteners. It seems to be his nicest shirt, and he's kind of like slip into it. You hear like some ding ding ding, like some like threads, pop, but it does appear to fit you in it, and you kind of slip the trousers on as best you can.
How do I look?
Honestly, dashing.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You all look fine too. Amazing.
Thank
Going
you.
to some kind of dinner party or something like that.
Oh,
But you know, I'm a little.
we are
famished.
going to dinner soon.
That's,
Honey.
that's
I was
true. Yeah, I am
talking
I'm still
about
very
honey.
hungry because I did not eat any honey.
Right. We didn't need any honey.
Well, I saw you eating honey. And I saw you winking just now, so
I
something
know.
tells me you had some
There
as
was
well.
something in my eye.
Flower in the air. He's been breaking
Yeah,
a
there's
bunch of
just-
stuff. The gods are
and I'm
coming. Why are we talking?
emotional.
We need to run. We need to run. Yeah,
We should
I'm
get out of here.
emotional.
Also,
It's been a long
Why are you
day,
asking
and we
so
have-
many questions. What's your problem? You
I
don't
haven't
trust me.
eaten. I haven't eaten. Look, we're all.
I'm the one
Emotions
that
are
you-
high.
You're out here playing Polly Pocket with some little human kid, and I'm the
What?
one doing the dirty work. And you
No.
got the nerve. You got the nerve to.
I think it's a good
accuse me.
idea if we take her with us.
Collateral.
We're her pets, and she's just taking us for a walk. How does that sound?
We're wearing
Actually,
human
Or
clothes.
we're wearing
That's a really good
clothing.
idea.
She is our daughter.
There we go.
Yeah, that sounds
And a
perfect.
translator.
Really need to
Mhm.
settle on one of the two.
Translator.
Let's go with translator and daughter.
And if we need to pivot to the whole ransom thing, I think we
Yeah.
can swing that if we need to.
It's perfectly
Or-
doable.
Yeah. Or if we just needed murderers and ditch a body
I
somewhere.
think we should step a little bit back from
Yeah, we'll
murdering her.
take one step at a time. I don't know. That seems a little rash.
You guys are always so particular about how we treat them.
Who knows? Maybe
So-
after all this is done, she can become a bear as well.
Now dressed as humans, are you guys walking on 2 feet or are you still on 4?
On 2 feet.
I'm gonna walk on 2 feet and holding my daughter's hand as we walk.
Okay. All right. She's like, wow, I didn't know dogs could walk on 2 legs. That's a really cool trick, guys. She's just kind of like holding your hand and like walking with you.
She is not the brains of her outfit.
As
I'll
you
tell
guys kind
that.
of like walk into the middle of the street here, there's people walking around. They don't seem to be noticing at this point. And at this point, some guards come running up. They're like, excuse me, citizens, have you seen any bears around here?
And I'll point like that.
It's like, thank you. And they kind of go running off back in the direction you guys just came from. Seemingly none
These
the
are
wiser.
perfect disguises, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome. You were all, what did you do? You eating honey and winking and stuff. I was up there saving your skin. Let's just go to the tower.
So,
Yes, we will head
Nerve-
towards the
the
tower.
nervous.
yeah, you guys then make your way towards the tower. And it's like, it seems to be not super busy at this point. There are a few people kind of heading your direction, walking with you. And as you make your way closer and closer, you do see, it appears to be, for some reason, this particular tower appears to be apart from everything else. It does have a small moat around it, and it's largely featureless. It's just a very tall tower. It appears to have something at the top, but it seems to be largely windowless and featureless. It seems like it's been kind of sequestered off by itself for some reason. As you guys get closer, you do see a bunch of people come. They kind of like lean to the other crowd of you guys that are kind of heading that direction. Like, oh, you can't actually view the artifacts today, so you probably just want to turn around now unless you just want to get a closer look at the tower.
I'll just say, yes.
They kind of give you like a sidelong look, like, okay. And as they keep walking, as you guys get closer, you arrive. A lot of the people with you turn around at this point. As you guys get closer, there's a moat around it. It's kind of weird. It's not huge, but it just appears to be made to keep people out. There is a drawbridge, and it appears to be up at this point. As you kind of draw closer, there's 2 guards kind of standing there. Okay, citizens, I'm sorry, but there's been a bit of bear commotion today. I don't know exactly what all's going on. We don't get all the news out here, but unfortunately, you're not going to be able to enter the tower today. Like, well, if
Keep it simple.
perhaps try again tomorrow if you're in town.
Think. Is there? So there's a moat all the way around this thing, right?
Yeah. As you guys kind of like begin walking away a little bit, like they're like, how did people so hideous manage to make such an adorable little child?
Wait, can I catch a wind of that at all?
Yeah, you heard it.
Don't listen to them. You are quite handsome.
Thank you. I'm just. It's just a lot. I don't. They didn't even need to say that.
Yes, it's quite unbearable. I know.
This is not the time. This is not the time. It's jokes.
Decorum.
All right.
Decorum, Ozzy. Come on.
So as you guys have now kind of like backed off, like you can see them from afar. They're just kind of standing there in front of where the drawbridge would be down, but they don't appear to be doing anything else. There doesn't appear to be any fortifications around the rest of them, as best as you can tell. But yeah.
I say we go around the back. I'm gonna start going around the back.
Okay. I mean, you think you could swim across that moat?
Swimming is kind of my thing.
That's what I figured.
Now you're thinking with your brain and your head.
All right.
Well, sure. I'm gonna head around. We'll kind of. Is this moat have like a bunch of alligators and snakes and crazy shit, or is it just a moat?
Roll me a criminal check.
Oh boy. A 2. Okay.
Yeah, as you look in, there don't appear to be any sort of like crocodiles or anything. You know that sometimes these moats can be maybe enchanted to keep you from like just being able to easily swim across.
Okay.
You'd have to be pretty strong. They have kind of like, as you kind of look, you kind of like kick a pebble in and you see it lands and the current kind of pushes it back out towards where you are.
Okay.
So it does
So
seem like you'll have to be.
Is the current
strong
going a
swimmer.
certain direction?
No, it just seems to be kind of weirdly pushing it out.
Oh,
away.
pushing it. Okay, I get that. Well, the good news is there are no alligators, so we don't have to sacrifice the child to distract them. However, there is seems magic that's in the moat itself, or something or other. There's a current that's pushing everything back. It'll be a hard swim, but I'm sure if we try hard enough, we can do it.
So what you're saying is, we drown the girl and then use her as a raft and we float across. So we
I
have to
don't
swim.
think that drowned children make for good rafts.
Especially one so small.
We are very big, you see. Well,
I don't know.
we are very big.
They're light. I just figured they'd be buoyant.
I could throw you.
You are small, lad. You could.
Yeah. And I'm.
Yeet.
You talking to me?
Yeah. I'll
Nobody
throw
talking to
you.
me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You're like
No.
perfect projectile sized.
I agree with that sentiment.
You can agree all you want. It doesn't make it a thing that's gonna happen.
Can I try to?
agree? Agree that you're the perfect size to be a pretty princess. It doesn't make you fucking royalty, all right?
Well,
So
flattery will
let's
get
just
you
lay this
nowhere
shred.
here. I
first
look to Vinny and I say, you should throw him.
I'm gonna throw him.
Don't throw me.
Count to 3, and I'm gonna whisper to him.
I can hear you. I'm standing there. I can hear you.
You can-
whisper, I can't hear you.
No, we
What?
whispered. You can't hear us if we're
can't-
whispering. That's
for
how
whispering. You can't hear us.
All right, Vinny, roll to throw with advantage. Roll for bear.
Roll for bear.
Yeah, Vinny with
throw?
with advantage.
Advantage?
whispering.
It's his thing. He's the muscle. It's what he
My
does.
thing.
Muscle.
This is what I do.
God damn it. Oh, I forgot about the muscle bit. We haven't really worked that in. Yeah.
A 4.
And what's your bear score?
My bear score is a 4.
Oh,
You successfully, as he's sitting there, it's like, ain't nobody gonna throw me. You kind of like, whoop, just like huck him across, and he lands. You land on the other side, like on your feet, like, huh, huh. I mean, it seems to have worked strangely perfectly.
Okay. I'll
Good job.
Take-
Now I'm over here and you're over there. Now what? Good
I'll
job.
get-
Now I'm screaming. Everyone's gonna hear me. You're gonna have to scream across this
keep
moat.
it down.
Communicate with the plan.
I said stop
Geniuses.
screaming.
Y'all
They're gonna hear you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
that's what I just said.
I'm gonna put the little girl, like I'm gonna get down on all fours and get the little girl around my neck, and then try swimming across.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a bear check with advantage.
2.
2.
I got it.
Yeah, the current's strong. It pushes back, but you're like, I was built for this, and you just kind of like pull your way across, and you do manage to get out the other side. You kind of like use your claws to climb out the other side, and you have made across the moat.
I like kind of like do the dog shake thing to get all the.
Okay. Very good. Yeah.
Very good.
Very good. You've made it across, leaving only Vinny B,
Vinny, you got
the muscle, on the other side.
Yeah. Especially if we do this secretive. Do you think you could make it across?
Like swimming?
Or jumping? I don't know how far you can jump.
That's a good question. One that I'm willing to try. I'm gonna take a full running.
Just walk. That's a good question.
On all
Let's
fours,
test it.
Like, yeah.
Not even a thought given to it. Just let's do it.
No hesitation. Just
Okay.
dropped all fours, full out gallop to a leap of trying and cross this mode.
Bears are fast.
Bears are fast. It's a long leap.
How far is it?
What I think will happen. Okay, so go ahead and roll with advantage for bear.
2.
Okay. Yeah, you just see. He takes a huge leap, making it like 3/4 of the way before splashing down in the water. So I will give you advantage on the swim check now. If you want to
Nice.
try and swim, if you want to try and swim
try and
this
swim
way.
the remaining
Got
here.
this.
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
You managed to
Damn.
like it's hard. You feel yourself being pushed back, but you paddle really hard. You manage to get your claws and pull yourself up the other side. As all three of you have now made it across.
Wonderful,
Easy.
wonderful.
There we go. See?
See, that wasn't too hard.
Yeah.
You literally had to do nothing. Just get thrown.
He has a point.
But we respect you entirely, and I'll pat him on the head again.
Okay, yeah, that feels nice. Okay.
yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
I'm mad at you, but I can't be mad at you when you like.
Do you have any more volume, Rain?
I could just be closer to the microphone.
Okay, cool.
Is that better?
That is
That
better.
is.
Okay. So, the three of you have now made it across. As you kind of look around, there doesn't appear to be an entrance to the tower here. You look kind of like around, like you move around to the edge of the tower. You see ahead of you where that drawbridge is set up with just the little gate there, and that appears to be the only other structure currently on this little island here. At the gate there, you do see what looks like almost like a ticketing window of some sort or something. But everything's kind of like shuttered and closed up, and the drawbridge is up. You do see one person kind of like sitting there asleep at the ticketing counter, but at the moment you don't see anybody else on the side.
Okay, here's the plan. We get down real low and slowly shimmy our way through. If we get seen, I'll make sure that the little human is the one who's seen at the ticketing counter. They can't be mad at a little human. Look at her.
I know, she's so cute.
Right?
Very good. So what exactly are you doing?
Trying to get to the front entrance, get
Okay.
down like pretty much on our stomachs and like shimmy across. And if it fails,
Okay,
if it fails,
I want you guys to roll for bear to stomach shimmy
oh god,
across
Stomach
the ground.
shimmy. Is that the technical term?
That is the technical term, yeah.
It's a big old 6.
Ooh.
5.
All right, so we had one success.
Very
Although
good
he's
bear.
small enough, I feel like he could just walk normally.
I mean, yeah, you guys kind of walk over, but as you're trying to be quiet, like you're making a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
noise on the ground, and the
Scratching.
person's like, huh?
Plan B. And
Hello?
I'll like kind of,
How did you get up? We're closed today. How did you?
I'll like get up a little so the little girl, it's just a little girl, like can be seen.
Okay. Is that little girl? Wow, you're very tall for your small frame. I'm sorry, but we're closed today. You have to. How did you get over here?
Is she gonna respond?
I rode my dog. He kind of like starts to peer around. He's like, right, well, and he kind of looks down at you. He's like, if you would get you and your child, I guess I can lower the bridge if you need to go across. And you see him start to like reach for the lever. Go ahead.
Is there a way that I can like grab him before he does that?
Yeah, you could make a bear check.
I want to grab him, like slam his head into the counter to try and knock him out.
Okay, roll me a bear check.
4. I did it.
So yeah, you managed to, like, as he goes, oh, I'm gonna play. As he goes to grab the lever, like you smack his head onto the counter, and he's out cold.
I look to the girl. Ta-da!
Oh my god! That was really funny. You should do that again.
This girl's crazy.
In we go before he wakes up.
Say bye. She kind of waves to the guy at the counter.
Like walking on all fours, going for a ride. Oh man.
You guys make your way then to the actual door of the tower, which appears to be currently has a small, like, just a little, like one of those big padlocks, like cartoonishly big. Currently seems to be locked as you can try and open it.
Check the
Well,
guy.
I'm just gonna punch through the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check for a key.
Oh, on that guy. Yeah, it's smart.
While he smashes.
Roll with advantage for Bear to see if you can smash the lock, or at least smash the door enough to get it open.
Ew.
Yeah, as you I'm gonna go look for a key. Like you just hear, as you look behind you, and the door's just splintered open into pieces.
Wow. Well, there goes sneaking.
See, I'm like a skeleton key. Is that what they call it? You get into any door.
Yeah. You're gonna turn us all into skeletons. You keep making noise like that.
Is that a threat?
We should attempt to be a little more quiet.
The gods are a threat, you ignoramus.
However, you can't argue with the results.
All right, let's just get inside before someone notices we're here.
All right.
Yeah.
So, as you guys then begin making your way up many spiral staircases, you don't appear to see anybody. However, as you near the top,
staircases or one big staircase?
it's one large staircase. Sorry, many steps, many flights. It's very large. It's very large. It's probably like 30 stories. It's very tall. It's big for a bear. You can't count. You're a bear. So you go up a lot of steps.
I like how you're starting to put on a little bit.
Yeah,
of
it's
an accent,
30.
just talking
I've been
about
doing that the whole
40,
time.
40 flights of stairs. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
so you guys make your way to the top, and as you kind of like near the landing, you do hear the voices of two guards. Yeah, I don't think it was anything. I mean, there's sounds around here all the time. It's the festival. It's probably nothing to worry about. Says, I don't know. It's been dark tidings as of late, though. I'm a little concerned that, well, I don't know. Just being so close to the, he kind of leans to the other guy's like, the thing. I'm just not, I get the jitters, So it's nothing to worry about. Just relax. We'll finish our shift here, and then we'll be able to go enjoy the festival, and everything will be perfectly fine. A nice, peaceful day, just like it always is here. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. You just kind of like, you hear them just kind of like talking at the top of the stairs here.
I'll turn to Snuggle and Vinny and be like, well, it seems that there are 2 guards that need to be alleviated of their post. I'm sure we can walk up there and tell them that they're more than free of going and enjoying the festivities while we take over for guard.
I like the way you think.
We don't look like gods.
We'll say that a couple of bears stole our uniforms, and this is all we had.
That's a good idea. And then if they argue with us, we'll just kill them, and we actually will steal their uniforms, and then it'll be a believable story later.
We would have uniforms then.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Sounds messy, but
What, you got a problem with Messi?
Kinda.
No. Let's focus on the honey,
I saw you in
guys.
the kitchen earlier, so I know
Take
you
a deep breath.
At this point, the little girl on top of you, she's like, "Why have we stopped? Keep going!" And you hear the guards say, "What? What?" And like they kind of turn and start coming around the corner, seeing the 3 of you standing there.
I'll stand up on like my hind legs, of
Okay.
course.
And this,
And,
yeah.
It's take your kids to work day. It's take your kids to work day.
Take your child to work.
So what do you do? Roll a criminal. Roll a criminal check.
With advantage for mastermind?
I think not. I think if you were the face, which you didn't roll, I would give you.
Oh, that's
advantage.
fair. Yeah. Fuck.
Can I quickly?
1. Yes, that's what I have too. In
Yeah, he's
criminal.
like, well, that's fine. He kind of turns around to the other guard. He's like, how did they even get over here? You kind of like, you see them kind of peer over the edge. Like they both look at look over the edge there. Like they're like, the drawbridge appears to be up. I don't know how did it. So, what are you guys doing?
You guys want to take off? We got it from here.
Yeah. Enjoy the festivities. It's wonderful down there.
Did something happen to him?
There's a dancing bear.
Both of you roll me a criminal check.
Dancing. That's a big old 6 again.
It's a 4.
Is that what did you need to succeed?
A 4.
Okay, so yeah, as the honey badger comes in, and like, meanwhile you're like, dancing bear. Like what? Did you know they were gonna be Did you know they were bringing the bears back? He's like, go ahead, Phil. I'll stay here and cover it. I know they're your favorite thing. And so the one guard's like, excuse me, kind of shuffles by, heads down the stairs, leaving the one guard up there. He's like, so what happened to your? You said you were a god, Mr. I didn't catch your name. He's like, either way, I've got it.
Mr. Not Bear.
Norbert.
I'm sorry, I don't understand your accent. Are you new in town?
Yes.
Roll me a criminal check.
6.
He says, wait a second, and he rips off your hat. Go ahead.
What happens when you go full bear?
Have you just done it?
Oh no.
So I will allow you this one time.
Okay.
But as he's starting to rip off your hat, it reminds you of a flashback of a previous time.
Oh right, there's flashbacks. I forgot about that.
Tell me what happened where a similar thing happened in a previous heist.
Okay. We were in this situation before. There was some fine gold being sold or being transferred to a bank out west. We figured, hey, we might as well strike now. So I planned it all out. We were going to have 2 carts, ram the one cart off the side of the road. When we got there, the cart had more than enough guards for it. It was problematic, to say the least. However, we continued on with the plan, knocking the cart off. It was a bit of a fight. Right at the end, I was struck down. Before I could do anything, I had a mask on, of course, as was customary. My mask was being taken off.
Okay.
And one of my friends, who
Which one?
sadly didn't make it, Jameson.
Oh, the fourth bear. He went feral.
Oh, is this before we were bears or after we were
Before
bears?
it's after you were bears, but before this happened.
Okay, then it's honey then, not gold.
You're right.
Yes, I confused it. Jameson was just on time to help me out. Unfortunately, he did not make it.
Oh, yeah, he went feral. That's when it happened.
The rest of us took whatever we could and we left.
So
We had a good party there.
You can move 1 point back
Oh, God.
from bear to criminal for the story.
That is hard.
Yeah, at this point, he's ripped the mask off. He was like, "They're a bear," and he starts to. You see him start to open his mouth to yell. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna say. Does he have a weapon on him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try draw the weapon.
Violence.
So you see him start to go. He's like, "Phil," and go ahead and roll a bear check just to see if you can.
I'm gonna
Bear
cover...
check? Oh, come on.
Well, you're attacking. It's a bear.
No, well, I'm not trying to use the weapon. I'm trying to take it away from him. If I was attacking, I'm just attacking him.
Okay, then sure, roll criminal.
I'm all about it.
So criminal for just trying to grab the sword, and you
I
are.
rolled a 1, so I got it.
You grabbed the sword. He's like, "Phil, they've learned how to use swords." Like he's. And at this point, you hear the voice of Phil from like he's already gotten to the bottom. He's like, "What?"
He booked it down 30 flights of stairs. That
Yeah,
quick? Damn.
he took off. He's excited about the dancing bears.
Yeah.
So, at this point, he's like, you're holding the sword like just like kind of like awkwardly in your paw.
Yeah. Hey, man.
You better run.
And he
Run
just,
and don't tell.
he doesn't
any
know
else-
what you guys are
anyone
saying.
else.
He's like, what?
Oh, that's fair. We're
You're
just like
motion, like can I do a run motion?
Pantomime.
Yeah, make me a criminal check to see if you can pantomime.
I was about to throw.
At this point, he's like, well, I'll see you later. And like, there's a tick, 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 tick is the drawbridge. You hear it going down at this point.
I failed. I rolled a 4.
He, I don't know. At this point, he's like, please. He's like, Phil, come back.
I'll go up to him and I'll like kind of like put a single claw up to like my mouth and then like put like just
Okay. At this point, he's like, huh. He's just kind of squeezed past you, tries to run down the stairs. You hear him all the way down. It's like, the bears are sentient! They've got to learn how to use weapons! Like, he's running down the stairs just yelling all these things.
I think now's the perfect time to get moving as quickly as we can.
Yeah, what? They said they were next to the thing. Let's find the thing. Whatever the thing is, I bet it's the thing.
I bet it's the honey.
I like things.
That's what I'm talking about. The thing.
All right. So as you guys make your way up to you're now at the tippy top of the tower. There's just this little bit of railing, and there's glass. This whole top portion, it has a small roof, and then it appears to be glass inside. And as you guys kind of peek inside, in front of you, there's 2 pedestals. Each of them has an identical jar sitting on it. And they're very large, kind of like a large jar or urn type thing, but it's enough for all of you to share. Certainly, is what it looks like. Yeah, and as you kind of like make your way around, there is a small door. It's got a little just like a just a little handle. It appears
So
to
there's
just,
2 jars of honey on on pedestals
Mhm.
and a door.
Mm-hmm.
And any noticeable security measures placed around?
Roll me a criminal check.
Um, 4, which I
For criminal?
failed. Yeah.
Looks fine to you.
Look, the coast looks clear. I think we can snag us some honey.
I guess we don't really have. I'm gonna take off all my wet clothes that I have on me, kind of pile them up in a ball, and be like, I'm going to switch them in case there's something there.
And I'll take the kid.
I saw it in a drawing once.
Yeah. I'll take the kid, and we'll put the kid and switch out the other one just in case too. Put the kid.
Oh well, the kid might move, and if there is something, then
If she moves, that's her problem. She might and get eviscerated. I don't really care. We're trying to get these pots of honey.
I'm gonna try and
Yes or
switch the
not?
two, the pile of clothes with the honey pot.
Without going inside first?
Oh wait, there's a door there too, right?
Yeah.
Or-
Well, keep that on the back burner. We should check out this door first.
Okay. And I mean, it looks to be, this door is the only thing that appears to be kind of hefty. Everything else, it seems like it's the glass, the panes are relatively small, so you can see inside. It lets light in. But everything appears to be of some sort of like kind of heavier iron wrought metalwork. It's difficult to tell, but it doesn't look like it'd be easy to break through. As you go and look at this door, I mean, it looks like a door right now.
Yep.
Hey, get the kid to open the door. Get the kid to open the door.
I'll open the door. It's fine. It's fine. I'll reach out and try to open the door.
Okay. You'll open the door, or the kid?
I'll open the door. I'm not
Okay.
forcing the kid to open the door.
As you go to, like, the handle, like, there don't appear to be any obvious locking mechanisms.
But it's
However, as
not.
you go to turn it, it just doesn't go.
Vinny, you were good at opening up that door downstairs, right?
Yes. The
Let's see it
resident
again.
locker.
I'm gonna take like several steps back.
Yeah, me too. Let's see it again. Back up a little bit.
I'm gonna give it my best shot.
All right, roll me that'll be a bear check with advantage to try and muscle that door open.
And that is a 6. That is a failure.
So you go like,
With advantage, you rolled 2 6s.
Oh, I didn't roll advantage. Sorry. A 3, which is a success.
so you do, like, you go up and you're like, oh, I've got this. And you kind of like lean on the handle and it starts to turn.
Yes.
And then you're like, all right. And you start to pull it open and the handle immediately goes, and like pops back up. And your hand, you're like, ow, what? That's really weird. You don't know why it's doing that. Something weird about this door.
That doesn't normally happen. Usually I just kind of bust right through. That's weird.
Can I check around for any markings or trapped stuff or anything like that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a. I keep wanting to say perception check. Roll me a criminal check.
Criminal check it is.
I know that maybe sometimes.
And that's with advantage, by the way.
Oh.
Things aren't your strongest suit.
2.
So did you push maybe when you should have pulled? Pull when you should have pushed. I don't know if it says it on the door.
I mean, I didn't even think to read. If I'm being fully honest, I didn't pay that much attention. I just kind of pulled. Maybe it was push. No, just the handle resisted.
So
I got a success.
All right. So yeah, as you go and look around, you're like, well, there's nothing weird, and then you see upon the door there appears to be some sort of script kind of scrawled into it.
Ooh.
And it does say, only the pure of heart may turn the knob and claim the prize.
I get the little girl off my shoulder and be like, rah, 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 rah.
she gets like down. She's like, I don't know, the door looks scary.
You know what else is scary, kid?
That's I'm gonna like do a little dance in front of the door. And then like, ha! Open it.
Goes so many different ways, right?
Roll me a criminal check.
Okay.
I guess.
I got a 6.
She's like,
I'm gonna just like get like eye level with her.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna like give her puppy dog eyes as best as I can.
Oh,
we'll call that a bear check.
Yeah.
Little teddy bear check.
That is a 5, which is a failure.
She's like,
On my behalf.
I don't know, guys. Why don't we just go back?
Can I try to like nudge her hand towards the handle?
Yeah, roll me a bear check to try and like force her to open the door with her own hand.
That's a 3, a success.
Yep. So you just kind of like, and you put her hand on the door, and as she kind of like touches it, it just kind of slides open. She like, jumps back.
It works.
That wasn't so bad, was it, kid?
I'll roll over and like let her pet my belly.
Like,
I'm going into that room.
And she kind of pats her tummy. And as you guys head in here, there's just these 2 large, they're kind of black and gray in design, as there appears to be kind of like a swirling. They're identical. There doesn't seem to be any difference between the 2. But otherwise, the room appears to be devoid of any other objects or people. It's just these 2 urns sitting on the pedestal there.
Can I smell that they're honey? I mean, like, do I know that they're even honey, or?
Roll me a bear check.
That's fucking shit, dude. That's like the 3rd straight 6 I've rolled.
That'd be really good in other times.
Fucking yeah, right, exactly. And yeah, that's clearly not gonna be a great thing.
You smell honey in the room. You presumably guess that there's honey there, but you don't know if it's in one or both. Probably both. They're identical. Why not?
Can I attempt that check?
I'll allow this time. Yeah.
Okay. That's a 4 for bear, so that's a success.
Yeah, there's definitely honey. It's like as you go, it almost is like it's shifting between the 2. You can't tell which one's which.
You know,
I think there's more trickery afoot.
This is kind of like that time. Yeah. Me and Raja. Good old Raja, man. Takes me way back. He was just overcome with frustration. He was in this spot where there was a decoy, right? And we knew that there was a decoy. We were trying to steal this big old urn of honey, and it was the same thing, except for they weren't on pedestals. You see, it was inside a crate, and one of the crates was filled to the brim with adders, snakes, real poisonous ones, and the other one, it presumably had the honey in it, but we couldn't tell which one was which. We just knew we smelled both, right? It was like poisonous snakes with delicious honey, and poor Raja, bright kid, but reckless, impetuous, and he just couldn't control himself. And I was like, Raja, you need to stop. You're going to hurt yourself. What if there's adders? He's like, it's a 50-50 shot, man. It's like,
what if there's
and I was like, Raja, it's not a 50-50 flip. It's life and death. And he was like, nah. So we just peeled the lid off this crate, and a whole bunch of adders just came out and bit the shit out of it. It was real terrible. I mean, it was great for me because while the adders were
you got the honey.
Like I got the honey, and I just peeled that motherfucker open.
It was 50-50 for him, but 100% for you.
It was win-win for me.
Honestly, you hate to see it.
Yeah, I hate
time and time again.
But that's when you look away and you start eating honey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, his sacrifice, of course, is not in vain. I think.
No.
All right, you can go ahead and move a point over there. At this point, you do hear the shouts of guards as they begin approaching the tower.
Can I close the door behind us when we're in this other room?
You can, yeah.
Because you said that there was another room that has like it's a black room. No,
this is one room at the top of the tower. This appears to be the only thing that's up here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the door didn't lead to anything.
You're inside the room. The door.
So that's what I'm saying. Because there's a room before this.
No, there's no room before this.
You said that there was like kind of like a landing, and you carry up the stairs or something like that. I distinctly remember there being like.
Okay, you're saying
standing, and then another.
Yes, I see what you're saying. There was no door for the exit from the stairs to the top of the tower.
Okay.
The only door that is there is the door that is to the room where you guys are.
Okay.
I'm not usually at a loss, but it seems like the honey is transferring between the two.
What? The honey is transferred? Like, it's like Schrodinger's honey? It's like in both.
Schrodinger's honey.
I'm assuming it's some sort of protective magic, much like the door or us turning into bears. But
you're still real quiet, Rain.
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't know what I can do about it.
That's better. If you just talk a little bit louder.
I think we're okay. Sounds super loud to me. That's all. I can just keep cranking the fucking gain up on this thing.
That's better. There we go. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What if we break both jars at the same time?
Break.
And then we just eat all the honey.
Out.
Yeah.
We could transport it out of our stomachs.
Why don't we just open both ends at once? And then maybe the honey will have to pick which end it wants to be in.
I'll choose the right one.
Okay, are you guys... So who's opening the other one?
Vinny, you go ahead. No.
I'll do the left one.
All right.
If this is another Ada situation, I'm going to be real mad, McFluffins. I'm just telling you right now.
Sure, it's fine. I figure they're both full of honey, so you guys will both have first dibs, and I'll have to just stand here and watch you eat honey.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It'll be a real tragedy.
At this point, you do hear the sounds of the guards growing closer. It sounds like they may have reached the bottom of the tower. So, you guys are opening the jars
at the same time.
Okay.
3.
Wait. On 3 or after 3?
I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and when I say 1, that is when we
on 1, not after.
On 1, not after.
On 1. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
So as you rip off, these two distinct smells fill the air. One of the most delicious honey that you've ever smelled. The other of a very visceral and acrid death smell.
Oh, fuck.
And as you open them, there's this delicious looking honey in the one urn, and out of the other one, this kind of black,
wait, which urn?
The right one.
Yes.
So this black cloud emerges out of the other one, and you hear a voice say, "Yes, I'm free." And he, like this small kind of like face appears in the smoke and says, "Yes, you have released me. What do you wish? I can grant you one thing before I destroy this place.
What do you fellas think?
Unlimited supply of honey in this
More
pot.
of these honey. Just never-ending honey out of this pot.
Never-ending honey in this pot.
That can also teleport us out of here.
Yes, that too.
The urn can teleport us, and it never runs out of honey.
Magic
I know
smelly
that's kind of a
genie.
2-for-1 thing, but we did just let you out of the sun. So I mean,
Yeah.
like, cut us a
We
little
came here to
slack.
do that on purpose.
Mr.
Yeah.
Smelly Genie, can we do like a 2-in-1?
He's like,
I mean,
so,
I don't think it's too much of an ask.
you hear him go, so be it. And all of a sudden there's a sound as you guys you holding the you Osborne holding this large urn of honey, and as you end up outside of the village, you see far away and you look around as like this dark cloud begins to just grow over the town of Aldua, and around you look and the flowers seem to begin wilting a little bit even as the little girl stands beside you, apparently transported with you
Oh my
to the
Stars now,
outside
like.
to the outside of the town.
Oh God, what have we done? So, what was that about repercussions in the actual game again?
So it
Yeah.
I would call that a successful heist, is what I'd call that.
Well done for the honey.
Yeah, for the honey. It's about the world.
For the
We've got
honey.
unlimited
Oh
honey.
Jesus!
Well, there were no
know
adders
what?
in there, I'll tell you that.
There were no adders in there at all.
I thought the people
So-
in that town were kind of dicks anyway.
We met
They
a
had it
very,
coming.
very nice ghost thing, so
Yeah.
it was a huge success.
That ghost was awesome. He
Flowers.
granted wishes and
We'll go somewhere where there are better flowers.
As you guys now
That's always greener.
have successfully completed your heist, you turn your back as the screams fill the air behind you.
The screams of victory.
dreams of
As the
victory
little girl
someday.
kind of rides on your shoulder, she kind of leans down, gives you a hug, and she's like, I'm gonna go to sleep now. As you guys walk away with your endless supply of
And new daughter.
true gold honey and new daughter. We'll have to see how this affects.
There are 3 bear dads.
That I feel like that's a show.
That's a show.
Three
Well-
bear dads, like some sort of
bear dads.
sitcom. 3 bear dads doing their best.
Is their human daughter.
3 bears and a baby.
But yeah, you guys successfully completed the heist. It looks like this may have effects on your campaign years
Maybe
from now.
just a little bit. And the biggest effect is that there's going to be a new shop called Barely Legal coming to a town near you.
And I'm excited because, assuming I've timed this right, this should feed into one of your campaign's Halloween events, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, nice.
Wait, which one? Which one?
I guess we're gonna find out.
So with that, thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. Thank you guys for being bears. That was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was
Some
so
fun.
fun.
That was very fun.
I thought, yeah, I had a lot of fun. I was excited to do something a little different, and that was great. So thanks again, everybody.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already followed all these lovely people, their names are below their nameplates there. If you haven't followed this channel, please do it.
Do it.
So we do
Do it.
have D&D here every Monday and every Thursday, except tonight when we have a one-shot. We do have a one-shot coming up this weekend at 8:30 on Sunday.
Yes.
8:30 when?
8:30
Central,
Sunday.
Western.
Yeah, Eastern
Eastern.
time. Thank you. Yeah, 8:30 Eastern on Sunday. We have a one-shot, and I will not be DMing. I'll be playing, which will be really
Yes.
exciting.
Awesome.
I
Hunter,
will be DMing.
Hunter will be running the game, and it's going to be Starfinder, the skitter shot, so that should be a lot of fun. Do you have anything you want to say about that before?
Aside from how excited I am and how much work I'm putting into it,
Okay.
it is gonna be a lot of action, a lot of heart, and a lot of fur.
Yeah, and a lot of
lot of
me
fur.
trolling Hunter, because that's what he does to me.
I
So-
do. But the thing is, I think I'm gonna be accepting of it. You know, I'm
I
gonna
do-
take it in strides.
You learn from the best. So